Hello,
Mom.
everyone, and welcome to the next session of tonight's Dumbskulls, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. It is I, your game master for the evening, Ezekielu, and I'm here with four of our usual players. Unfortunately, Super Ninja had to step out. They had work in the morning, so they will be here hopefully next week, and then we can get the whole party shebang going. But in the meantime, going from top of the order, we have Joshua.
Hey, what's up? I play Aegis, I'm a robot, and I stab people with a rapier.
That's correct. Next, we have Boko.
Hello, I'm Boko. I play the assumed plant person. I like to cast the abilities that hit the other people in the team because they don't know how to move.
There you go.
I'm very good at moving.
Next, we have Requiem BA.
Hi, I play the human champion Requiems, and I got a demon arm apparently. Yeah, finger
Demon
guns.
adjacent, yeah. And finally, we have our lovely Ava. Hi, Ava.
Hi. I play the Brim Boy. He is a dragon boy, and he is also a bitey boy.
That's all very correct stuff. Now, as you all see on your screen, I didn't start with the starting soon because I wanted you all to see that we switched platforms. We're no longer on Roll20. We're using something called Foundry Virtual Tabletop, or Foundry VTT. It has a lot of really neat features and a lot of really cool functionality. There's a lot of customizability you can have with the modules, and there is a lot of really good support with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Just today, they got 90% of all of the APG content in, so everything we're using is official rule stuff, and I didn't have to punch in almost anything. It was a lot of like drag and drop, and it was super easy. So that's what we are working with now. It is very gorgeous. You can take a look at y'all's character sheets by double-clicking your token, or just double-clicking yourself over on the.
That's so much
right hand.
easier.
It's easier and it looks better.
Now, will you have to
That's so crisp.
It is. Also, we got a donation immediately from Honest. Honest, what did you do? Sadly, I'm mainly showing up to just donate. I might need to start watching the VODs because I'm ending up too tired to watch the streams. Here, a point to Ava. Have fun, you bunch. I put all your extra hero points into your biography section of your
Biography.
yeah. So you can just click and edit that, and that should be all good to go.
620, baby.
Just to give everyone a rundown of the sheet, you got your character sheet, which has your details of your ancestry, heritage, class, background, your gender and everything, your ancestry, HP and stuff, your ability scores. Then you have actions, which will give you all of your like basic and specific actions. If you want to have easy access to a basic action, I can click and drag it in there for you if you want. Also, all your strikes are on here, so if you just want to strike, attack, and all that fun stuff, you can do that. Inventory. You have like an actual usable inventory, and you can click and drag items into here, and it'll automatically calculate bulk. And there's containers, and you can put the stuff in the containers, like your backpacks and your belt pouches, and you have all your fucking gold coins and shit up the top. It's really good. For the spellcasters in the group, you have your fucking spell book. This will have your spells that you can have like a preparation short list, and you can fill in the slots however you want. Skills, you have all your trained and untrained skills that you can roll, and also your martial proficiencies and your lore skills and all that fun stuff. And then your feats, very simple, run-the-mill. You click on them, you have access to them. And then biography is where you can keep all your notes on your character. On the left side there, you got your current hit points, max hit points. your dying, wounded, and doomed counters, your AC, your perception, your class DC, your initiative, your saves, and any resistances, weaknesses, or immunities. So that's, and also your level up top, the amount of experience if we weren't doing milestone, and the basic hero point counter if we weren't running a bazillion hero points. So and for the godly of you, you see your little deity up on your character page, and I added a little symbol of your deity. So Brim's got a little Apsu up here, and Requiem's has the fucking keg of Caden Galeon. It looks all really nice. Anyways, before we get into more stuff about Foundry, let's get a recap of what happened last time. Joshua, do you have a rundown of that?
I do. I just copied it over from my other sheet. So
Okay.
let's scroll down here. Number 26. I wrote in all caps, the big fight happens. We battle through Cinderats and Mephits, I think they were called.
Fire methods.
Fire Mephits before taking on the wildfire itself. Mache and Brim heal and buff the party while the three marshals work on the mobs. Dips puts out the fire spraying across the building. The group begins focusing the wildfire, and Aegis leaps and stabs it in the mouth to finish it off. The form turns into a charged, tortured woman who begs for help before exploding. This plus the persistent fire damage kills the Kestrel. Mache
knocks
breaks
them
down in Brim's arms.
Yeah.
And then we end it.
So Mache currently is crying in the arms of Brim, as you all have fought hard to win today's fight. And time passes as the guards eventually do come in. You ask them where they've been, and their answer is a resounding, "We don't know what the fuck happened. We were awake at one moment, and as quick as a blink of an eye, they were knocked out. They don't know for how long, but as soon as they came to, the charred portion of the theater was clear to see, and they finally made their way to the theater. Those who were still unconscious were eventually taken a look at, but Dipped, Brim, Requiems, which of you are going to take a look at Kestrel? Because right now they're a bit knocked out, and they're doing the death and dying rolls. So, any of you want to help them out?
1 second. I'll cast Stabilize.
Okay.
Where is that? That is. Where is it?
So it should be.
I'm
it should be.
Yeah, under should be.
So don't click on the one on the preparation shortlist. Click on the one that's actually up top, and it should be a picture symbol. And when you hover over it, it'll be turned into a 20-sided die.
Yeah.
So do that.
I am trying to find it. Oh, it's like cantrips. Okay, it's green.
Okay. So positive energy shuts down the door. The target loses the dying condition, though it remains unconscious at 0 hit points. So Kestrel, let me open up your sheet. You lose your dying condition. Boop. And you're still at 0. Soups again can't join us, so I'll be just playing them whenever they have the chance. But otherwise, they're just gonna remain knocked out. The guards do take Kestrel off to a nearby doctor's office, and the charred corpse of the lady is carried off as well. Guards initially start to question what the hell happened, but Mache manages to stop crying a little bit and explains that it was a victim of the perpetrators who had set the theater on fire. They believe her given her stature, and proceed to evacuate the rest of the building. Yeah, what do you all do in this time? Mache is looking grim, but she, is obviously emotionally vulnerable at the moment. What do you all do?
I think the ball's really in Brim's court at this point.
I don't even.
I'm just gonna step over here, and I see that that she's in his arms. I put my hand on Brim's shoulder, give him a wink, and I just kind of walk over here.
Alrighty. Brim, your response?
Mache.
Yes.
Are you alright?
She doesn't look at you for a solid, couple of minutes.
Oh.
She kind of
you
closes
done
her
fucked up.
eyes, and then she just flicks away some tears and be like, "You're so fucking lucky I like you. That is the stupidest thing you could ask someone who's grieving."
He's a big dumb boy.
I just say at this point, Requiem was like looking at him, like with his arms like under his chin, like just kind of do it. And then Brim said that, and just slaps his fucking forehead, like, God damn it.
No, Stone, Brim, I am not alright. One of my models has died, and part of my great theater has burnt to a crisp. Thankfully, not the whole thing. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Dit.
You're welcome.
we can rebuild a lot of that. Yeah.
I know, but that... You know how...
Not the person.
No, you can't rebuild her either.
Aegis says, gesturing at the remains of the charred corpse.
The remains were taken away, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
We could rebuild
The
it.
I gestured at the explosion crater.
No.
Human.
Human go.
The human size stain.
As a side note, I'm gonna look at that and then look at Requos and be like, do you guys all do that?
No, we do not.
That's a shame.
Oh.
I'm going to go home and retire and just give me a...
Need anything?
I'll write you a letter, or I'll send someone for you if I need some company. Yes, I don't want to cry in front of more people. I just want to get it out of my system alone, and everything will be... She kind of clicks her tongue a little bit. Everything will just be right back to business. Alright. I will see you. I will send a letter or someone for you all when I have everything all ready. You might want to file a report with Watchmaster Rupert, and I'm sure he'll have something to say to you soon. Just go.
Okay. Aegis leaves.
Okay.
Or at least begins just like wandering off.
Alrighty, and so I'll give this is my first try doing this. You all leave.
Ooh, loading
Loading
screens.
blank screen. Scene.
90%.
100.
100%.
Hey, Chester.
Hey, we're back here.
So you all make your way out of the entertainment district and make your way to the usual spot of Dwarf on the Pig and adjacent to Eat Freef and the rest of the Artisan's Haven area. I like the little bubble there. And you all collect yourselves. Kestrel is obviously not here because they're currently at a different location.
A hospital or something, I hope.
Something like a medieval hospital
Doc
of
Flores'
sorts.
office.
They're just draining blood out of him.
Well,
It's
they're-
probably fine.
He's stabilized. They're not actively dying, so they should
Rick,
be
do you speak
ultimately
Gnomish?
fine. So I'm just gonna remove them from the map, and yeah. Just to give what that looks like to the audience. There you go. And what that looks like in the actual text there. Okay, so you all gathered together. Do you have like a small meeting before going to bed, or are you all just resting up?
I think
This is only gonna meet if anyone tells them to.
Well, does anyone tell them to?
Otherwise, they are gone.
I don't believe we're gonna have a meeting.
Okay. Well, you all just kind of retreat to your rooms for that night. Everyone just boost up your health to full, and early in the morning, you get a stern, big ol' at your doors.
No, Daddy, the fire will go out itself.
I opened the door.
5 more minutes.
You see Rupert already in his uniform, just kind of nodding at you like, "Ugh,
Report.
just
Report time.
yeah, if you don't mind, come by my office. Caleb is already there. Just give us a breakdown of what happened, and we'll leave you back to what your active investigation." All right, see you there. And
All right.
you see him kind of poof off. And what do y'all do?
I guess I'll go get. Oh, what was the room sitch? I would like to know.
I
the
always
room
go in Kestrel's room. I sit in a chair in the corner.
In the empty room.
just went into an empty room alone and sat in a chair.
I mean, he did that in the prison. He just like was staring and with the glowing eyes. So.
Just stood in
This
one
exact
spot.
center of the room.
A single digital tear
menacingly.
falls.
I guess I'll go get the others.
Okay. Well, you go on and knock on each person's door, and eventually you all kind of gather up in the at one of the tables downstairs. And the usual like barmaids and chefs give you a nod, and yeah.
How do we even write a report like that?
I don't
You
know.
gotta say what happened.
It's pretty easy.
So-
You just write down the that someone died.
Well,
Yeah.
Explain
but
the
it's a little
fire.
more- It's a little more complicated than that,
Well,
though,
well,
because
well,
they've
it
got
was-
turned into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
It-
care. You could just leave out the parts about Kestrel's boyfriend.
Someone appeared with Skater, 2 individuals, that transformed a woman into some sort of thing
Fire monster.
that caused the fire. And
Yeah.
then there were monsters, and then Aegis, you
Stabbed her in the mouth, yeah. I was there.
I'm just trying to process all of this.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot. Also, this thing got bigger, and I like point to the arm.
Why?
Yeah, it got considerably bigger.
Why
Nice.
is it getting bigger?
You'll be
I
able to
think it
slap
was
people harder.
absorbing. No, I think it was absorbing the fire. I
What?
Muscles grow with use.
This isn't a muscle. It's literally the thing.
Might as well be.
Mhm. So how ridiculously big is my arm now, just for reference?
I think, as you said, it's like nightmare size from Soul Calibur.
It's.
I don't know what that is.
Could someone
Look-
post the reference picture for them? Because
I can post an image of Nightmare. So, Quinn, you're either gonna love this or hate it.
Okay.
Where here he is fighting Yoda. If that helps you.
No,
That's
don't.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I don't know, man.
It's larger than the concept art.
I
There it
don't
is.
know, man. It's pretty big.
You got big gross hand, man.
Is there a way I could talk to this thing to get it to shrink so I could just like move more easily?
I don't know.
Hey,
can you talk
cursed
to it?
demon arm, can you just kind of chill out for like 5
Not?
minutes?
Hey, my arm I got from
I
a
mean, you
dark
don't-
god.
you
Could
aren't-
you not?
you aren't really exhibiting any like difficulty with the size. Like
Yet.
Nice.
yeah, you're still about. It's about as easy as a regular arm. It's just
Big.
thicker.
Weirder
Oh,
to jack
great.
off with, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank God I used my old lefty.
Is Requiem's left-handed?
Ambidextrous.
What's the... Nice. Good.
So,
Efficient.
do we all want to write our reports individually, or do we want to, Aegis? You
What?
enjoy writing them, don't you?
No.
What?
I guess we'll all do it individually then.
I don't really care what they put into him. What's Rupert gonna do with it? Unburn the
Violet.
theater?
Well, I assume they're going to rebuild it, Aegis.
Yeah, they can do that without knowing what happened. Bunch of worthless red tape, isn't it?
I thought you were all for the thing, red tape and that stuff.
Maybe I was.
You okay, buddy?
Gonna need to define, okay?
I'm going to take my leave now. Reports to fill and all that.
Alrighty. So, Brim disbarks, heading towards the office to meet up with Rupert and Caleb to give his report. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Oh, just
Suddenly
go.
stands up. Gonna go for a run. Leaves.
Okay. Where do you go and run to?
Just around. Just sprinting
Okay.
through the streets. Like a weirdo.
Alrighty. You,
Naruto, are you Naruto running?
You
No.
you kind of run around at around the middle layer a fair bit, exploring. Not really paying attention where you're going, as long as you're not like going inside of a building you're not supposed to. But yeah, you spend a good time running. What's the other two of you doing?
I might as well get my report out of the way as well and just go to Rupert.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing.
Alrighty, three of you arrive at the office of good old Rupert. You see the familiar gel cells kind of flanking the left and right as you get into his office, and you see two familiar faces. Rupert, of course, in his full garb, and Father Caleb in his vestments. They both look at you expectingly, with Caleb with his usual nervous demeanor, his silver locks kind of like covering his glasses, and him like parting it just to kind of look like, eh. And then Rupert just kind of like fiddling with his beard. All right, let's see. seems you had a little bit too much fun last night.
I wouldn't
Fun the
describe
word.
what happened as fun.
What would you describe it as?
Horrific.
Combat.
Caleb chimes in like, yeah, we saw the charred corpse. What happened?
So,
You can mostly
Base-
attribute that corpse to Aegis.
well, we all fought it because it was turned into a fire demon spirit thing. At the
Demon,
time.
a spirit? What? Can you be more specific?
It's
It
like,
was an
no, we
entity
didn't
that was
roll a
made of
lore
flame.
check on it.
I would say it was an
Um,
entity made of flame, but it was a human catalyst essentially.
Like, Caleb kind of like takes off their glasses for a second and just kind of looks down, like, that doesn't make any sense. Was it just like a person, but they were on fire? Like, that sounds like a fire elemental, but usually they don't need a human conduit. They just exist within.
Are they able to take over a human conduit?
Not usually. No, they come from
Oh.
the elemental plane of fire, and usually when they come
wasn't
into
it-
our world, they're summoned. But they're, it's usually summoning magic, and it's not.
I think the
technically
person was stabbed with a sword. And I
sword?
think that's I think a dagger or something, and that's what caused the transformation.
Requiem's. Perhaps we should mention that this, for the sake of simplicity, let's call it an elemental for now, was summoned by, as you said, a dagger that was wielded by two individuals.
Rupert kind of chimes up like, "Why would two people need to use a dagger? That's
Well,
usually just
one of them had
one-handed."
the dagger.
Got him.
You were saying, Brim?
I understand that, but it's a very funny joke.
It wasn't
One-
a joke. I'm legitimately confused.
There was one person using the dagger, and the other was.
The other was
Skater.
you saw Skater.
He showed up briefly and then fled. Yes.
If someone's working with Skater, do
Mm,
you know who
it
this
could
individual
be-
is?
No, but it could be
Um,
the case that Skater could be working for them. It's kind of unclear of what the power, who holds the power in their sort of team up.
Well, if this cloaked figure can stab people and make them into fire elementals, and they're working with Skater, one of the most dirtiest criminals in all of Orthing, Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's right.
It just felt right to say.
It just felt good to say.
You ever just get a
Hey, Kate,
feeling
do you
in
know
your loins?
Jesus Christ? Is he
I
not the
do.
guy who got drunk and did the thing? No?
No.
Jesus Christ was a famous diplomat.
Oh yes, the famous diplomat Jesus Christo.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Caleb just kind of chimes in and goes, we need to find them. But, and then, Rupert
Yeah,
chimes
good
in
luck
like,
doing that.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about skaters. Like, we've been searching this man for many a year. But we can't just up and just be like, knock knock, open up the door, it's real.
With a non-stop pop sit. Sorry.
Oh, Aegis is here.
You're not here.
Aegis
No,
just
that was
walked
me.
in- Okay.
No, he
Aegis is
ran
still
by and we hear him just like singing lyrics.
Good
Oh,
God.
yeah.
But yeah, Rupert's like, I mean, we'll certainly try, but like, good luck with us actually doing it. Whoever these people were knocked out my men for like a solid hour. were they knocked out by magic or some sort of combination of magic and physical force? They were knocked clean the fuck out. This must have been planned from the start. Do any of you know why they would attack the fashion show?
It could be, does the king have any political enemies in the city?
Other than the papiers?
If it could make the king, and by the extension his city and country, look weak, it would be a very good way to incite a revolution towards a different party.
That's actually a good point, because the prince of the city and one of the head of the Papier family were in the same place at one time.
But how would they have known?
Clearly they knew somehow, because they were there. Also, it wasn't exactly subtle about what we were doing.
That seems... Well, the Stormcloaks are not in the capital anymore. We've made sure of that. We've closed down the gates from the outside during the
So it had to be
festival
somebody who was
preparations.
already here.
And Miss Papier and the Papier family,
Are you sure that all the Stormblades left?
we made sure, yes.
Okay.
But also, most of the Papiers aren't even in the city right now. They're out there at Hollow Mill, at the edge of the country. At the Slumbering Woods and everything. It's a whole thing. But, you know, Bachet was more or less their, you know, diplomats and everything. They'll probably come back for some bigger show than the Four Goddesses festival, but for right now, Bachet is really the main Papier around. I don't know if she would necessarily risk her, you know, job and career and everything to incite a coup.
I have no idea.
Well, best thing I could say is y'all did the best you can. Poor Kestrel is still unconscious in the hospital we have sent him to. Hopefully he'll recover in some time, but
A kind
speaking of this, have you gathered any information about the parts?
About that.
Oh crap, I forgot to ask.
Mache, the entire reason we were working with her was she was going to give us information, and now she's...
Wait. She knows information about... Why didn't you tell me?
Well, we think she might have a lead.
The fact that she knows there's a lead means that she knows about the quest,
Well,
which
we
means...
we didn't think anything of it, so...
You didn't think that the Papier was knowing information about a top secret quest to gather parts of a super wizard that would fundamentally change the power balance of the entire world wasn't at least a little bit concerning.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, yes, a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna have to request a subpoena or something to her. She needs to tell us what this lead is.
No, we can go talk with her. No, Brim, you can go speak with her.
This
I'm sure she'd
probably
be
isn't
more,
the best time to
forthcoming.
ask her something.
This isn't...
No, you got this.
What is it, boys? Speak up.
She, last we, spoke, she wasn't in, she... Now it's not a good time.
Use your words.
She broke down crying.
I would assume so. Her theater nearly burnt down and one of her
Rupert.
models died.
Rupert.
Yep, and she broke down in Brim's arms and
Brim
What'd you do, Brim?
grabs Rupert and looks at him.
Yes.
Rupert,
Yes.
I've never seen Mache cry.
Lucky you. But guess what? People tend to cry when bad things happen to them. Good on you. Anyways, knowing that, get the information this week if you can. Meet us at the end of the week. We have something we want. I can't say we, but Caleb has something that he wants to give y'all before you follow this lead, wherever it goes.
Fine.
All right. Well, you have a couple days to do some downtime before you have to talk to Mache. Do you all want to do something? Earn some income? Do some shopping?
Before I forget, I'm gonna go switch the symbol from my spear to my my quarterstaff.
Okay.
So I
So
can cast with it.
you hit up Rami Mios, and
Hello, Ram.
he kind of like looks at the staff and like, yeah, this is probably more your style, isn't it? Alrighty. Let me go on and transfer that real quick, and let me go on and just switch that, and go over here, take off the weapon potency thing, boop, and then go over to your staff, make that into a +1 staff, go into the details, potency ruin, +1. And all right, your staff potency thing is plus it makes it up to a D6 instead of a D4, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. And then if I do that, and then if I do Alright, and then if I click on this. Okay, there was a two-handed thing that I could try to. Okay, two-hand. Oh, okay. I'll switch it to two-handed D10. There we go. So that way it has the ruins that is supposed to be good. All right, cool. I got the adjustments done, and now you just click whether or not you want a one-handed or two-handed. You see on your sheet. Go into the items and click on the hand symbol. One hand is for one-handed, two-hand is for two-handed, and it'll adjust the stuff in your actions. But there you go. So
Okay.
that gets taken care of on your end. You have it transferred. Rami gives you a thumbs up when it's all done, and you got it done.
Well, really quick, how much is this going to cost me?
A ruin transference. I think it's 10% of what the ruin originally was, unless it's on a ruin stone, then it's for free. So let's take a look at that real quick. Archives and Nethys, equipment, ruins, fundamental weapon ruins. It would be 3 gold, 5 silver.
Gotcha.
Let's go into
Then
the
you're gonna inscribe it too, so you can cast with it.
Isn't it already inscribed?
That was something that you do.
I think that
Pretty sure.
the Embezlon armament thing.
Emblazon.
Yeah, the emblazoned armament. You have to do that during your daily preparations.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way your staff is now your spellcasting focus. Alrighty, so you got that taken care of. What is the rest of you doing? Aegis?
Yo.
Still running.
Still
No,
running?
I stopped running. I assume is it the same day or are we
Uh,
going to it next day?
We're in downtime mode, so it's the next couple days.
I'm just gonna go work for money.
Okay. Who are you working
That's
for?
the most. I want the most menial fucking athletics labor possible. Just like hauling fucking bricks or stacks of cow shit.
Okay.
Something humorless.
Something humorless. Okay. Alrighty.
Ah, looking for law. There's no humor there.
Okay, I'll say that you find.
Pausing.
At least it says offline for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
some
we
people
back
with
up?
bad, I would say.
Are we back up?
Looks
Hello?
like it, yes.
Okay.
Yep. I think we're back.
All
That
right.
means I have to go get a new chat.
Yeah, it seems like we're back now. Alrighty. And also it reset the dropped frames, I guess because they recognized it was fully offline. Okay.
That's
So
interesting.
let's do the earned income for this humorless manual labor.
Excellent. All right.
Oh,
It does a dice noise. That's awesome.
That is that is a critical. So you are going to make, let's see,
And I'm expert.
yeah, you're expert. So you make 1 gold piece a day.
Nice.
so 7?
Well, no, I don't think he's doing
It's
it for
not
the
full
whole
week.
So I think I'll say 3 days because you probably started after you got done running.
Yeah.
With your
Well, because
collectibles,
I
it's more
assumed we only had like 3 or 4 downtime days.
Yeah.
I'll say 3 for this time around. So
All right, and then less. Is that less the cost of living already, or?
that's not less the cost of living. Let me check that real quick. Cost of living. Comfortable.
I need my lubricants.
It would be halfway through a week, so take off 4 silver pieces.
Okay. So 2 gold, 6 silver.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
There you
Aegis
go.
speaks to no one while he works.
There we go. Alrighty. What is Dipped doing now?
I think I want to do like help out, so I'm going to do something with medicine.
Alright, you're probably going to be working at the hospital that Kestrel was hospitalized at,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I'm gonna
helping
do
out
that.
the doctors with your divine magic.
Mhm.
Well, you're not your divine magic, your primal magic, which also has like healing properties.
Yeah.
All right, so roll me a medicine check. All right, you pass. So you're going to be. Are you expert at medicine?
I'm
Yep.
expert plus 8
Yes.
at medicine.
Yep, it says it right on the little roll there. There you go. Then you earn 8 silver per day. So that's 8, 16, 24. So that's 2 gold pieces, 4 silver pieces, minus 4 silver pieces, so you get 2 gold.
Okay.
Alrighty, and what is Requiem's doing for the week?
Am I able to work as a bartender at Dwarf and the Pig?
Do you have alcohol lore?
I have an infinite stein of beer.
That doesn't make you a bartender.
That's to
Fucking
make you a
goddamn.
bartender. Look at your skills.
That just makes you an
real quick.
alcoholic.
No, you have warfare lore. What would be the closest thing to an alcohol lore thing?
Is
Maybe charisma.
society?
What if it's just charisma and he's just or diplomacy and he's just trying to talk people into giving him tips when he gets their order?
You can either do diplomacy, medicine, or crafting. You're untrained in crafting, so I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Medicine, because you can kind of kind of say that mixing drinks is like concocting like
Man, this
medicine.
beer tastes a lot like cold medicine.
I mean, isn't that what all alcohol is?
Or you can use diplomacy to try to talk to people while you're just handing them beers and shit.
Handing them the wrong order. It's genius.
Hey, check out this cocktail. I ordered water. Well, you got a cocktail.
It's up to you, Requiems.
Maybe I should do something else.
It's up.
Got a plus 10 in athletics.
Do you
That might be a
also
better
want to do
roll.
some humorless brick pushing?
Sure, why not? Yeah, because we kind of burned the place down. Might as well help build it back up again.
All right, Aegis. Unfortunately to you, one of the people you didn't want to see was also working at the same place you were. Roll me athletics.
Misery truly never ends.
Roll me a misery check.
That is a failure.
I use my double Requiem's movement speed to make him look like a total chump.
Okay, but
I'm gonna re-roll that and see if I can get higher.
Yep, use a hero point. That's a success. So you
Yeah.
get, because you are only trained in athletics, you get 7 silver pieces per day, which is going to be 2.1 gold pieces minus 4. That is going to be 1 gold piece, 7 silver pieces.
Right.
And Brim, aside from the time that you spent getting your quarterstaff situated, what did you do during this week?
Probably
You said
just
1 gold and 7 silver, right?
Yep, 1
Oh,
gold,
it's
7
just-
silver.
wander around Orphang, maybe go back to the stone mansion,
Okay.
just chill, be sad.
All right. So you go to be sad in your lovely castle that you
And
have
you
access
failed
to.
the sadness check.
Brim goes to their family's castle to be waited on hand and foot while being mopey.
Yep.
You have failed successfully.
So, all right, the 3 days pass, and eventually you do get a letter in the mail telling you to come back to the theater to talk with Mache and get the reward that you've been seeking for. So let us go back to the Papier Grand Theater.
Ah, yes. The best place to talk. The source of your sorrow.
Well, it's also her main establishment, and also I didn't want to just look at the blank fucking screen so soon.
Ezzy, did we get a donation at some point?
We did get one from Boredom. Boredom sent out another one of those sick-ass rhymes.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna just copy and paste this into the chat here.
Oh goodness.
When do you like to say it like William Shatner says most of their lines?
Oh, I can try to do a bad William Shatner.
By all means, please.
You'd be in good shape if you ran your mouth did. Like your mouth did, sorry. Y'all lower than mouse shit. I'm higher than mountains. Keep false announcing, have you running like fountain. They ain't a mountain to the money I'm counting.
That was actually
Priceline.
That was actually one of the better rhymes. Good job, Boredom. I'm happy for you.
I liked it.
So you all, I'm gonna say you all are situated.
Don't you show me this Gabriel Angel gift. I don't want to think about that show.
What
I was gonna
dark
say that's what
light.
it sounded like.
All right, so you all are situated, and Mache comes forward, and she's in her usual blue dress outfit, as she walks in with with someone by her side carrying a small box. And she looks on to you and goes, "Well, I've had my time to grieve, but it's time to get back to business. You've all done well in participating in the festival. Aside from the murder, it was a resounding success, and I want to thank each and every one of you for helping out. First, let's go on and give you what you really wanted from this, the information that you require. As you know, my family, the Papiers, are kind of a big deal here. We were one of the big political families of the of Orfang, but we weren't originally from here. Surprisingly enough, elves don't really hang around mountains that much, if you like to believe that. We're actually from a small forested hill off of the border of Jax called Hollowmill, and that's where my parents are currently. They have reported to me, as I was returning here to Orfang from my tour, that they had seen some suspicious activity within the woods surrounding Hollowmill. They're known as the Slumbering Woods, since they tend to keep out non-elven folk with various magics, you know. And they've noticed some very strange activities, including a cloaked figure seeming to cause some of the vegetation to spring alive and cause havoc in the deeper parts of the forest. I think that this might, in turn, be related to your quest, because your quest deals with things with sudden surges of power, is it not?
We cannot confirm nor deny.
Well, these previous inhabitants of the forest usually were calm,
Cohabitors?
Yeah, exactly. That tended to be in the darker, more danker parts of the forest. They have since grown more vicious and bold, and I feel that whatever might have caused some of the issues that you've dealt with so far, maybe they are related, especially if that cloaked figure is to be in relation to it.
Well, are you... I mean, we'd have to get permission to leave.
I don't think that would be much of a problem.
Wait, what?
I've already reported this detail to Rupert. They'll more than likely have you depart within the end of the week, as they prepare you to head off. You'll more than likely be heading down south, past Pebble Step. You'll probably make it a couple days down to Stonehead, and then make your way along the border to Hollowmill.
And, where will you be going?
I will stay here. I have a lot more to rebuild, and I still need to talk about Serena to her family. I need to make things right. Besides, if you're not here, who's going to keep an eye out on the city, you know?
My dad, most likely.
Isn't that what the guard is for?
That was supposed to be like really tongue-in-cheek, but like, yeah, you're right.
I just kind of stare at them like, just guys, let it go. God damn it.
It's yeah. I don't know what.
Really, you should just let it fall into a bit of chaos.
I taught you well.
Oh my god.
So
We're
That's-
creating a murder bot.
that's the information I have for you. But what I have, in addition to that, is something special. And
Oh.
she points to the other person, and the other person lifts up the small box. It's the size of, it's like a suitcase almost, and opens it up, and there are several ruined stones within the box.
Ooh.
Given how hard the fight was, I figured that before you leave the capital that I could gift you something a little bit more potent. These are striking ruins, and they will make your attacks a lot more powerful in the meantime. These are the ones that I can afford that would be appropriate to you. So you all are getting your weapons upgraded from +1 to +1 striking weapons.
Hey.
Nice.
Sweet.
So I'll make the changes in your main weapons right now. Basically, whatever damage you were doing, you're doing an additional damage die on top of that. So you were doing 1d6, you're now doing 2d6 on your weapons, so on and so forth.
Excellent.
Well, I haven't. Okay, I just changed it for yours, Aegis. But
Yeah, I saw an update, so I wanted to click on it.
right.
So I thought I attacked.
So I thought
So
I
you-
just
so you thought you
stab
would-
somebody.
Yeah, you thought you would click on it.
I forgot I can do it set to self roll. I'm not used to that. Then no one else would see it.
No one will see your shame.
Yeah, but that also will let me see it, so it wouldn't count.
Right, no, I meant for just testing to see that it worked on my end.
Yeah.
I can do a self roll. If I wanted to, it also lets me do private GM rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And a blind GM roll? We can do that?
Yeah, blind would be you can't see
Oh,
it, but I
cool.
can see it.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I have no idea.
Well, that would be good for secret rolls, so you can roll it on your end, but you can't see it, so I can be like, oh, that.
Oh, yeah,
perception
for sure.
check. Yeah.
You're
And
just
you-
rolling the attack right now, Rick.
Oh,
You gotta
And
click the
also-
damage
And
button.
also,
There
I haven't done yours yet, as you can see.
oh.
So let me just go into yours. I have to do both because you have a striking, shifting longsword and a striking, shifting warhammer.
That sounds messy. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Quinn
I'm just happy that I can cause more damage.
has already become evil. He has not even used it yet.
Quinn's character slowly becomes that which it was always meant to be, a goblin.
I got
Fuck you.
Damn. Can't
Goblin.
believe he's about to get like.
No
Half
wonder
his
I'm
height
obsessed with
reduced.
money and shiny things.
We're gonna have a big arc where Requiem's just turns into a goblin.
Where
and
he's
we-
just slowly hunches over.
and we
Here,
just
here's our
watch
here's our noble champion of truth and justice, looking goblin with a cursed god arm. Yep. There he is.
You got,
What's
you guys,
now, goblin?
you guys wanna-
you could roll it now, Requiem.
you guys gonna fix him? No, we kind of like him better this way.
There you go. You did it.
Before he was like this, he just wouldn't shut up about his infinite alcohol stein.
He was,
still-
he
he
was
still
just on
does it, but we-
alcohol and butts. His own though.
He still doesn't, but now we can't understand him, so it's better.
I'm just imagining like my character would turn into that one dude from 300 who's like hunched over. Like,
Oh,
has
the
little...
betrayer, yes.
yes.
The horribly deformed boy.
The
I
cow.
used to
Mache
I used to be an
also-
adventurer like you.
Mache also pulls out a rainbow scarf at the bottom of the box.
Brim's eyes dilate like a cat.
And she goes and walks over to you, Brim, and wraps it around your neck.
Oh.
And kind
Whoa.
of tucks it in, and she tucks it in a way that the excess will kind of like, it's kind of like a winter scarf where like a bit of it is around your neck, but the rest kind of like
Hangs
hangs
down.
off of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
and
oh.
she lets it there, and you can see through the colors and everything there are ruins on this as well. She just kind of like places her hand on your chest and goes, and here's a little extra something just for you.
Oh, so I get a cursed arm. He gets a fucking rainbow rune thing. Scarf. Yeah.
It's a pride scarf.
If it makes you feel any better, I got new legs that I had to pay
He's
for.
protected by the power of gaze. Great.
Your fangs are now +1 striking as long as you wear that scarf.
Big teeth, damn it.
Which means that Magic Fang is entirely useless to you now.
Magic Fang is gone. Crap rave.
Magic Fang is dead.
Now, granted,
Brim.
you could cast. I think you could cast Magic Fang onto another person,
I'll
but
touch Snuggers and give him Magic Fang, and we will bite things together.
I mean, you could. But
Or I will put a scarf on Snuggers.
okay, but
No.
she nods to you and goes, "Well, that's the material gift. I also had my associates bring me Kestrel's weapons, and I've even given them some new wraps for their arms. So they should be kitted out as well. I'll be visiting them once they wake up."
Well, thank you, Michelle, for all this, really.
No problem. Do you even know where you're
Yep.
going?
South, right? I heard
south.
south.
Right.
She literally said it like 4 minutes ago.
The down direction.
Go by Rupert's place and ask for a map.
Does that would help?
Anyone here own a compass?
I own a compass.
But you might
Do you?
want to. You might
Yeah.
want a map.
We will get a map.
What did you people plan to go out adventuring without knowing what direction was north?
No.
All right. Well, I gotta get back to work, so I will talk to you all later. Love you. Bye bye. And you are all escorted out.
Michelle, what was that last
Who was that to?
All of you collectively.
I look at Brim and go, should have taken your chance when she was in your arms.
And she
You mean when she was weeping?
when she was crying and emotionally distraught due to the death
Don't
of her
mean
very
kiss
close
her, fucking
friend?
comfort her, you dumbass.
I did comfort her.
Sure.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, you
you
some
all are outside. Do you just head over the Ruperts?
I guess we should. We might as well.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I want to go
Hmm.
tell Dad that we're leaving.
Okay.
I mean, we're not leaving immediately.
No, I want to go tell him now.
All right. I guess I'll go with Brim if you guys want to follow.
Yeah, I guess.
Dipped.
I have literally nothing better to do.
So you make your way up, past the middle layer, going up to the upper layer, and you take that good old left turn over to Castle Stone, wait for the bridge to lower down, and you make your way into the establishment. Good old Flint is there with Dia and the other one, and they escort you to the throne room. And the throne room, sitting there upon its jagged edges, is the considerably chunky Tobias Stone.
Is he taking a nap?
No, he is looking out expectingly as the four of you enter the palace. He raises an eyebrow and goes, "Huh. Well, there doesn't seem to be as many of you this time around."
Gatrol's in the hospital.
Again?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's fragile.
What the response is again?
Well, good job not having him perish, I assume.
He's very
Thank you.
squishy.
But, why are you all here? Do you need some assistance?
I just followed your son.
No, we're just gonna be leaving.
Aegis is noting the castle defenses.
Like, now?
Well, no, but I wanted a chance to say goodbye. Is all.
Oh, well, that's gonna be so sad because your mom's gonna be here in like the next day or two.
What?
Yeah. Your mother was supposed to arrive for the festival. It's just kicking off starting, but she was only a couple days late.
We don't have to leave right away.
Brim
I'm
turns and leaves.
Okay, where you go?
Your son's a coward.
I go back. I go back to Dorvonavit.
You just run all the way back to Dwarf for the Pig and just hide in your room?
I can't. No, Brim is hiding under a table.
He's he's embarrassed. He's got like a beer and he's like face fucking flat on the table.
On top or under it?
On the table.
So meanwhile, the rest of the party is still in front of the king.
I'm gonna go check on your son and make sure he's okay.
What would you say the largest weakness to this castle defenses are?
The foolishness of those who would intrude onto it.
That's a good answer. Aegis leaves after saying this.
And what does
I'm,
Nim do?
She's doing the thinking emoji. How the tides have turned.
No,
She's
they're still heading our coast.
How's that Aqueduct 3, by the way?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm at like Aqueduct 27.
Jesus Christ.
The
Who's that?
patent office has not gotten back to me yet.
The patent office is using them for toilet paper.
Good God. Alrighty, you are escorted out, and you all eventually find yourself in front of Brim, drinking their sorrows away.
Alright, I'm gonna go sit next to Brim. I'm gonna take out my stand and go, "Do you want some of
With
the good
enough
stuff?"
peasants, we could definitely take that.
You can't just throw bodies at. Okay, alright, listen, generals.
You absolutely can throw bodies at a problem.
Let me be clear, you're both equally good at warfare lore.
Yep.
Which one of
Yeah,
you has
I
the
know.
Which one of you has the highest higher intelligence stat?
I have no idea, actually.
Yeah.
Requiem's has a flat 10, and you
I have a 12, baby!
So you're
I'm
slightly
better
better.
at warfare! You absolutely can. That's how many castles have fallen.
I'm pretty sure
It's-
that's how that castle got built.
It's simply a matter if we go for a siege or a direct assault. We
Well,
need
you don't have
siege
to throw bodies
weapons.
at the situation. It's attrition, and you have to wait out the castle's supplies. That's how that works.
Are you
really
Are you going to discuss how to
Wait,
overthrow
how
Brim's dad in front of
take
Brim?
over?
Tactics.
In the bar owned by a member of the guard.
Are you really
a member of the guard? You mean the watchmaster of the guard?
Yes, exactly.
Are you
The
two
gang
really
friends of
discussing how to take over my fucking house right in front of me?
Yeah, I
No,
am.
it's-
I think they are. They're pretty dumb, right?
I'm trying to think of a way to
If they really
decentralize
wanted to get
power
rid of the
structure.
castle, a giant tidal wave would do it.
I was a mercenary. I've been a part of a siege. I know how this works.
I'm
That's
pretty
great.
Wasn't Aegis the recipient of a siege?
What?
What?
When the family
No.
died, was it a siege?
No, they didn't. The bandits did not besiege the one house. They just attacked it.
Define siege.
It attacking
Not
a
like
walled
Rainbow
city or
Six
castle.
Siege.
Yeah, like what the? They
Siege means like
repelled
hanging
on the
out outside and being like, we're gonna sit here for 3 months until you run out of food.
That's what I
They
did to
used
my neighbors.
the old Black Hawk helicopter, rappelled down onto the roof, and then went through with a breaching spell charge.
Yeah.
So you're at this table. Just assume
Mercenaries
your
is a
formation
good point.
Is a table.
We should seize some money first to hire them.
In fact, I can just draw a shape to do that. So let me just.
But yeah, I offer Brim my stein if he wants to drink some.
Brim drinks it like a babe drinks his mother.
A good sippy cup.
Good sippy.
I
But the
swear to
big
God, if-
sippy cup.
Big.
I swear to God, if you get backwashed into that, I am going to kill you.
It's infinite backwash. Now it's always a little bit of Brim's saliva.
Just a little.
That's, oh God,
2%
no.
of Brim's saliva.
2%. Mmm. Delicious.
The only
I'm
type
not-
of milk.
The only one that exists.
Stop.
Gold Requiem 1% milk over here.
I drink whole. Fuck that. I need the flavor.
I'm just making random shapes when I'm trying to delete them.
Put it-
Don't mind me. Anyways,
I put a hole in my drink.
so Brim, you have these
Mhm.
these people arguing in
These
front of you.
fucking
What?
buffoons.
Wise people.
Yes, I have an accent. Shut up, Boko.
These people.
Oh no, I wasn't imitating you. I was imitating someone else.
The mutual that also has a similar accent to me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeehar.
Yar, fidelity.
Alrighty. So what are you doing?
Why does she have
Uh,
to come now?
Brim, what's your
This
problem with your
happened to
mother?
me.
No, I don't have a problem with my mother. It's just why does she have to appear now when things were going so good and now they're bad?
Okay, well, why are they bad? Because she's coming here.
No. The situation of the world, the situation of warfare.
I agree that the world is bad.
Things were going up, but now they're going down, and then she has to come while they're going down, and then I'm gonna look like a big fuck up in front of her, and that's great for my reputation, right? So then, who's gonna be king? It's not gonna be me, it's gonna be some other schmo. They're gonna have another kid, and they're gonna name him Brim too, and they're gonna make him the big, loving...
Okay.
Frankly, this is
Yeah,
the
but
only
there
thing
you
Brim
are,
has ever
complex.
said that I've ever agreed with.
All right. Time, therapist Requiem. It's time. Brim, where exactly have you failed? You're on an epic quest with us to
Hashtag
gather the
epic.
pieces of a dead wizard. Hey, just shut up.
No, that's not in character. He just doesn't
Oh.
laugh anymore.
Okay.
He just doesn't know how to laugh.
No, that's me. Because the image of Requiem's going like, where have you failed? You're on an epic quest with us. And then just, I imagine a tumbleweed just fucking blowing
You're
through.
on an epic quest with us. We've never left the city.
We've never
We've
left the city.
once.
You've
We've
got
left it
we've
once.
got a murder robot, a guy with a cursed arm and an alcohol problem, the grass child, and someone who can't stay out of the
Grass-
hospital for
how
more than 2
dare
weeks.
you.
The grass child that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, by the way.
I do too.
Our party is
I
the
can't dislike
definition of
them.
failure.
We're just the side quest.
We are. Are you kidding me? There's definitely like an actual put together party out there, adventuring, slaying epic monsters, and then there's this B plot.
We're like Goblin
I can't wait
Slayer,
to
like these
fight
guys
them.
slaying
Which is-
gods and shit. We're just killing goblins.
Which is funny because I was gonna have y'all make secondary characters for in case we had this situation again when someone was missing.
We're doing that.
That's
We're gonna
the
be
main
like Party
plot.
B.
And they're awesome.
All right, I'm
But
gonna
anyways,
give
back
Brim a
in
pep
character.
talk. Yeah, I'll give him a pep talk. So like, you haven't failed. You're on an epic quest. You've fought and killed a lot of very interesting things, like the dabbing rave crabs, the those golem things or whatever, those metal hulks that were cursed by the yeah. Also, we've been almost trying to be smited by gods, so that, I think that says something.
Castro actually was.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
that's normally a mark of success, though, right?
Well, at least we're being noticed. Shut up.
Bro.
I'm trying to focus on this speech.
Brim
Yeah,
looks up at Requiem's, and his eyes are very large with big pupils, and his lip is quivering as snot and tears flow down his face. And he goes, "Do you think they're proud of me?"
I guarantee it. You've defended the city to the best of your ability.
Yeah, you've kept the status quo. What's not to like about that?
Brim continues drinking from the stein, initially, intentionally trying to get as much backwash into his
I will.
Fitting in.
Requiem slowly raises his arm and considers firebolt. Oh god, it's not gonna be. It doesn't have backwash. It refills on good beer, so I can just wash it out.
Good.
Wash it out.
Brim is just
Careful.
spitting into the stein.
At what point does Brim
Ava,
start
I'm gonna
motorboating?
stop you right here before you go any further. Stop fucking up your shit, dude.
No, it's Brim. He's crying. He's sad. He's sneezing.
Oh, the mucus is going right in the stein. Gross.
I hate this so much.
Yeah, here we are.
I tried to be a good friend, and you're just
You are being a good friend. It's just
yeah,
Brim
and
is
you're
good.
covering it in mucus.
Not intentionally. The
That's why I'm
sneezing
trying to
is
get
not
you to stop
intentional.
crying so you can fucking just drink like an adult.
Have you met Brim?
Brim is the biggest baby.
Control your fluids, for God's sake.
Huh? Dipsy's in the background juggling different water spells. Sorry.
I'm just making your B plot characters right now. Hold on.
I mean, I literally already have canonical B-plot characters. There are so many.
I'm just saying I'm making the character sheet so that way you can just, you know.
Oh, do
There's
everything.
another character named Brim, but it's Brim Scizor, last of the Scizor family.
It's
Requiem Sanchez. He has a mustache.
It's Stimbrone.
Stimbro!
Original
the Brim?
character.
No, I'm not. the
Donut
Korean.
Steel.
My favorite.
It's just Brimstone, but French.
Ah, Brimstone! Behold my cigarette factory!
My name is Sinclair.
Yes! Oh!
Alright, you should all see at least one character in B plot.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna continue my conversation, Brim. But yeah, no, you're not a failure. Trust me. We've had our set of
Yeah.
Society
sticky
is the
moments
failure.
and situations, but we've always come out on top, except for that one part where we ran away.
Alrighty. So, how you feel, Brim?
Brim feels a little better. He sneezes into the stein one last time by accident.
I swear to God. Can I take my? I'm taking my stein back. I'm just gonna grab it.
That's okay.
So,
I take a cloth and start cleaning my stein and just
Your baby,
Like-
yes.
yeah, my baby.
your baby. B Squad story win. Next time someone misses a session, we'll hopefully have the B plot story going on sometime. Anyways, you were all advised to visit good old Rupert for a map. You want to go do that?
What time is it?
Fuck if I know, bro. Probably like mid-afternoon, maybe like evening-ish.
Great, and we're all drinking.
You're drinking!
Brim's drinking. I haven't had anything yet.
What? You assume
I'm
all?
mostly sneezing.
Let's go get the map.
Okay. So you all
Just
drag
getting up along
yourselves
the way.
to the Watchmaster's quarters, and Rupert, not expecting you this time, was like, "Oh, usually we arrest the drunkards before we don't really have them arrest themselves. How can I help you?"
Rupert, Mom's coming home soon. Did you know?
Okay, let me talk. We're looking for we need a map.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
kind of like holding Brim back to make sure he's like not like stumbling forward at this point.
I was not aware Miss Gemesis Stone was coming in, but good for you. But if you need a map, let me provide you one. And let me activate this.
White screen. Oh no, I've minimized the internet browser.
Oh. We know where we are.
Yep.
Do you?
You're up here at Orfang. Two nearby village or towns is Pebble Step, which is about a day's travel here.
About a pebble step out from the capital, yes.
And also about a day's travel is Giant's Cove, which Requiems you are familiar with.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of figured.
Intimately.
Shut
A
up.
few days later from Pebble Step, you have Stonehead,
Same.
Stonehead.
and then a few days travel from Stonehead, you have the cut off forested area of the Slumbering Woods and Hollow Mill right here. From there, you also have the country of Jax, which the capital is the Five Knuckle Hold, formerly held by several Orcish tribes that have formed a sort of pseudo-nation. Not much is known about them at this time. You also know that southernmost part of Orfang, you have the Devil's Crossing, which is a big old desert area flanked by mountains that's kind of act as the southern border between that and Jax. And then there's Tinker's Eden, which is a little offshoot disconnect from the country of Tiktoktik, which is a big technological country popping off. Their capital, Inaro, is at the eastmost point of the country. And then you have the Hopping Scots, a series of islands that are taken off by various more tropical ancestries. And then up at the top, the tippy top, is the Arctic crown known as Polos Tier. It's not really owned by any of the other political maps. And then dead center within Jean Campan is Deus's Graveyard, which
I'm
is
gonna
this,
I read
gray-
that Deus cubed. That looks like a superscript 3.
It's supposed to be a comma.
That's what I figured,
or
but
not a comma, but
apostrophe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be apostrophe.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss.
But it's a dead and desolate place where nothing grows, and as was rumored to be the death of a very important figure. But talk of it is it's more or less banned. So this is where you have that. But this is more or less the world map of Zotera. There's a couple other islands that don't really have much political claim, but this is the overall map and the 4 main countries that inhabit it.
So where the hell is Dipped from?
I'm from Pelos Tier. This has
Oh,
been established already.
Yep, they are from Polos Tier. Where exactly in Polos Tier, we don't know, but Polos Tier doesn't really have a formal capital as far as you all know. So it's just kind of a big crown of ice at the top of the world.
So anyway, about the map.
I mean, you can have this copy if you wish.
We would appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll make it into an item for your guys' item journal later once I work out some more of the details. I can kind of see a few parts here. I can shimmy up a little bit more. But yeah, this is the map that will all have access to from now on, and your journey is going to take you from Orfang to Pebble Step to Stonehead to
Stonehenge, yeah.
No, it's supposed to be something else. And then Hollow Mill is your main destination for now. So
Well, it seems like we have everything marked up.
well, it's good to have a frame of reference.
Rupert, how long will it take?
To do what?
He points at Orfang and he slides his claw across the map to Hollow Mill.
Well,
Tearing it in half.
it's about a day's travel to get to Pebble Step. So, but that's like right outside our door. It would probably take about half a week to a week's travel, depending on how your pace is. And also the conditions of the wagons and everything you get. Also, any trouble you face along the road, it might take about a week to get to Stonehead. And then you kind of have to stick around at Stonehead for a little bit to make sure you have the proper go ahead to get into Hollow Mill. You'll probably need a guide because to get to the actual city of Hollow Mill, you need to navigate through the slumbering forests, which is kind of a big magical fae-touched kind of area. You'll need a proper guide in order to get into there, and at that point, you're home free there.
Okay. Roop, one more thing.
He points at Orfang again. He looks at he looks at Rupert. He slides his claw again down to 5-knuckle hole, and he goes, our friend?
You're a prince. You know this shit. Sorry.
Tentatively, yeah. There's our mountainous area doesn't have a lot of wood, right? And we can't exactly take it from the elves at Hollow Mill, so the elves are working with the more diplomatic of the orcs to have a trade supply line between us and them. We give them some of our ore and other minerals
Bang.
in exchange for their source of trees and lumber and whatnot.
Wood friend.
Wood friend, but they are...
Grim drags his claw across the map. The map is coming apart.
Okay, that's bad.
You idiot.
He runs it across Detectotic.
Tactic, yep.
Detectotic.
Tactic is a little trickier. They have a lot of smart cookies there. They have a lot of interesting blueprints and technologies that we don't have access to here or at Jack's. But they're very secretive. And they're also very... What's the word? Very particular of who goes in and who goes out. The golden exit is kind of a big gateway the main gateway to there. Most
That's
of
just the Golden Gate Bridge.
it's similar in concept, but it also has a different meaning in terms of the country's theme.
Gotcha.
Just outside of it's technically its own land mass now because Tatoctic made an artificial sea between the rest of Jacampan.
They iced this continent in half.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a canal.
Well, it's an artificial canal they made.
Cool.
So they physically separated, caused one entry point to effectively actually get into it without, boats. And are very particular about being like isolationist, kind of. And they don't want their stuff to like get out. There is the established Tinker's Eden, which is kind of like for refugees or exiles that got kicked out of the country. But there's contention between Tatoctic and Tinker's Eden. It's kind of the main focal point when it comes to Jacampan's political concerns with Tatoctic. Anything else you want to know? Brem?
Is he? I'm guessing he's like zoned out. I just kind of poke him. Brim.
Well,
I guess that's a no.
I guess that's
So
a
can we
no.
get like a? Are we only gonna get one copy of this map, or can we get a few?
I can get you a few. Just don't slash the rest of them, please.
We won't. I stare at Brim.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'll have my men give you a few more copies. Hopefully you'll just head down to Hollow Mill. You won't have to go anywhere else. And hopefully you'll find a fun piece of the puzzle we're assembling there. Bring it straight back. In fact, I think Father Caleb can probably see you now for that thing you wanted.
Oh, Father Caleb.
Oh, you're finally paying attention. Alright, I'll get you your maps. Just piss off.
Can do. Thanks again, Rupert.
Alrighty. And you all leave and make your way to the cathedral, in which Father Caleb is standing at the altar, waiting, like everyone else at this session, pretty expectingly, as you all approach.
As we walk up, I take my demon arm and wave.
That's just
His
mean.
eyes widen, and and as you enter this cathedral, you feel your arm like tense up, and your fingers just like kind of unclench and wriggle in almost like slight discomfort or pain.
I like the fact that the arm's like, dude, what are you doing? Get the hell out of here. It's a holy site. What the fuck, dude?
This is the church of my literal fucking god enemy. What are you
What
doing?
are you doing, you asshole? I'm just like, shh, don't worry about it. I'm with Kaylin now. We're good.
I am. Look, I don't want to ask, but why?
Don't worry, the voices in my head from this thing only come every once a week, so we're good.
I hope to Apsu up high that it was just a joke. A really,
That was.
really bad joke. Okay.
I've only heard it talk twice.
It talks.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Brim,
asked me if I wanted power the first time.
Brim, you do not want to know. Anyways,
Wait, why?
you need to come with me downstairs.
What? All right.
What are we gonna do in the basement, Father Caleb?
He leads you down to like like the most north corner of the room, and basically leads you down a secret passageway behind the altar. And he leads you down a spiraling staircase down an extremely long, discomforting hallway. And this hallway starts to descend more and more as Father Caleb stands in front of a magically sealed door. Caleb grabs the collar with the religious symbol on their neck, grips it, and says an incantation before placing their hand onto the door and pushes it open. It looks like a wall to you, but he pushes it open like it's a door.
Ooh.
And inside is a blindingly white room. And in this blindingly white room is a single, almost like an altar, but it's more like a table. And on top of that table is a partly assembled corpse of Jamala.
Are we supposed to not do that?
This room is specifically crafted to hold Jamala's power. It helps contain and even drain its potency, though even in this form it's quite potent.
So why did you show us this?
Because we're going to need to use it. Just a
I'm sorry,
smidge.
what?
Obviously, from your confrontations, you need a little bit of work. And if we can have you tap into this power, just in whatever capacity it can warp reality in a way that might give you the cutting edge we're looking for.
So you're trying to use the power that we're trying to seal away to fight the power we're trying to seal away.
Yes, Dipped.
Yeah, I'm in.
Not to be a hypocrite here, but are we using a cursed power to save the world?
It's not a curse. It is not like your arm. It is something deep. Something that
Like what?
is hard to even comprehend. But all that we need to do is channel a fragment of its power, and hopefully it will be what we need to cut through to the end of this journey.
So what exactly will this power do to us? Or do for us?
All I can say is that you'll see where you have come from, where you have been, and you can
Where
make
to go, Joe?
and you can make adjustments to that journey. Just
Oh.
stand by the corpse, and when I tell you to, touch any part of the assembly. And before you, you see that most of the right arm has been assembled. One half of the right rib cage is mostly assembled, and one of the left leg, the left leg is partially assembled.
And there's one thing in the middle that looks like a finger. Oh, what's that? Don't look at it.
No, penises don't have bones, you idiot.
Unless you're a fucking Sperm whale.
Yeah.
What?
So you're in front of this, and he starts to chant an incantation, and the bones are, even with this, are eerily still, as you can kind of almost feel like the room shake with the power that he's calling upon. But the bones themselves don't seem to move in an almost like eerily way. At the end of the incantation, Father Caleb, gripping his religious symbol on his neck, says, "Now, do it now. Let's see what will change."
Sounds good. I walk up and I touch the arm.
Okay. The rest of you?
Oh, I thought we were doing this one at a time, because that sounds incredibly dangerous to do at the same
It's
time.
all,
Yeah.
it's all at the same time. That's what I'm
Okay.
instructed.
I go
Okay.
Remember,
touch it.
like the
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
I don't know what that is.
Wait, shouldn't we have dragged Kestrel's unconscious body here to be a part of this as well, so we can respec him while he's?
Nah, Steven's not making any changes.
Oh, okay.
And so, time stops. And in this time, you each flash a vision. Your own unique vision. You're seeing different things. Requiems, you are back at the tavern. You are back holding a drink with Caden Kalian. He looks kind of shocked to see that you're back. He usually calls upon you via dreams, but today he has you here anyways, and he just goes, "Oh, shit. What on earth did you get yourself into?"
I ask myself that question every day.
That's a mighty big arm you got there.
Yeah, if you see my ears.
Seems like you could probably use a little bit of help there, bud.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's getting a little... It doesn't really weigh me down, but it's getting annoying having to go through doors sideways.
Well, let me see if I can. And they give it a little tap, and you feel it. You feel like your arm is on fire for a second. You're like, it's searing. It's like you dipped your whole arm into lava before it starts to shrink down into what it was previously. And the Caden just gives you a quick whistle and goes, "That should do it for now, but you keep firing that thing off, you might find it getting even bigger than it was before."
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the thing. If it fires off, it gets bigger, but also it absorbs fire.
If fire
Yeah.
ups, it gets bigger, huh?
Well, use it if you got some sense to, but otherwise I'd be mighty cautious about it.
I already figured that out, but thank you for the help.
Well, stay here and let's talk a little bit. Let's see if we can get you all sorted out. And that's where your respec is going to start. Then it goes to Brim. Brim, you are experiencing your similar dream. You're already underwater in this kind of like Kingdom Hearts kind of pseudo space. You're
Awesome.
already surrounded by your various fairy dragons, and you do see the looming form of Apsu nearby with Schnookers 2 floating right next to you.
Oh.
And Apsu just chimes going, "Is the current form to your liking?"
I mean,
I mean, you're the god here. What do you think?
How the form takes place matters not to me, but as long as you accomplish your goal, Brimstone, as long as you
And
find out the truth. But
wait,
is this
what?
current form to your liking?
Um,
And Snookers kind of floats up and faces you, and 3 eyes you are looking into. The left
Okay, that's fucking creepy.
the left
Yep,
one,
those
you see
say-
Snookers as their current form. You see them as just kind of a regular old snake buddy. The second eye sees that they get slightly more powerful. They become larger and more involved, but you seem to be more focused on them with you and combating you. Like they're fighting truly side by side. And the third eye sees them as kind of a different form. They aren't nearly as like on the field, but they are augmenting you. They are giving you Opsu's blessings in new and interesting ways.
Hmm.
What this is basically boiling down to is, do you want Snookers to remain as an animal companion, or do you want them to be a familiar?
Hmm.
Because if you are going to make them an animal companion, you need to start pouring feats into that so they're not just stuck at being a baby. But
Yeah.
but if you don't want them to, I can switch you over to the familiar master as a bonus dedication that you could take. And that way they would not be like a combat buddy per se, but they could do like cool familiar things that would be more useful to like a spellcaster.
No, I kind of like the idea of big schnookers.
All right. So you would have to give up some type of class feat in order to make them into a mature form.
Okay.
That would bump them up from small to medium sized.
Okay.
Choose wisely, Brim.
I mean, what do I not use? Hold on.
Well, you have Deadly Simplicity that you got from your subclass. You have Emblazoned Armament, which you use constantly because you spellcast with your weapon. And Healing Hands, which turns your healing D8s into D10s.
Well, I know which one you should not give up.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm, I guess Deadly Simplicity, huh?
You can't. That's part of your subclass.
Right. Shit. Damn it. What do I?
Does the familiar count as divine focus by chance?
It wouldn't, but there are familiar abilities you can take that allow you to like get more spell slots or like more focus points or stuff like that if you wanted to go that route.
I don't even really know.
Because like I mean, to be honest, that you could just get around the emblazon thing by, if you're planning on biting people, you don't need to emblazon your spear. You could just hold a divine focus.
How about this? Roll me a diplomacy check. And depending on how it results, I might give you a free one for the mature animal companion.
Okay, one sec. Why can I not see it, please?
Look at your skills.
I am. I'm just okay. There we go.
Okay, you're untrained in diplomacy. Did you want to do that with religion?
Perhaps that would be.
That doesn't sound like a good number.
Did you want to?
No, it doesn't.
That?
Hero point.
Okay, make your case. I'm giving you the opportunity. I want you to make your case.
What am I arguing?
Okay, Apsu is offering you different paths. Why would you want to go with a bigger Snickers?
Okay, well, because you have given me, you, my almighty god Apsu, you have given me such a divine creature to travel as my companion, sort of your eyes on me in a weird way. Literally eyes on me with seriously, the 3-eye thing is fucking creepy. But anyways, I just think that perhaps putting more power into this companion whom I've come accustomed to, I think he deserves to be stronger. He's a good boy.
Why haven't you been using him?
Because he's a squishy little baby and he needs to be bigger and tougher if he wants to be biting more people.
He gets stronger every time you get stronger, Brimstone.
Yes, I understand that, but he's still a squishy baby. Look at him.
Brim
Maybe-
squishes his cheeks.
He shares the same AC as you. Maybe you should bulk up a little bit. I don't know.
Brimstone, you are weak. You must hit the gym.
You fool! You thought
You
had
skipped
food.
leg day too many times.
All right. If you promise to use him more often, I will give that to you.
Okay.
All right. So you'll get
Also,
the thing for free. But
One-
anything
one-
else,
one-
you gotta make your case.
One sec, Apsu, before I am like banished from the stream. You mentioned something about a truth. What's that about?
That's for
What,
you to discover, young Stone.
that kind of sounds like dodging the question, Mr. Apsu. Listen, I love
Arguing
you,
with a god.
and you're great, but
But-
you're really sidestepping my question.
Schnookers blocks your view and goes, the whole point of you discovering the truth is for you to understand the truth. If you were merely told it without experience of it beforehand, it would not come to pass. You must, in your own experience, find this truth for yourself.
Snookers is wordy.
You know, you're really scary when you talk, Schnookers.
The third eye blinks.
Oh god. Well, all right then. I suppose that's it for me. Off to find this truth or whatever.
All right. Next is Dipped. Dipped,
Hello.
you are not talking with a god. Instead, you are in a large, empty room filled with copious amounts of vats, glass
fine.
chambers surrounding you as you sit at a table facing with your father. Or at least who you would assume is your father, this merfolk of sorts, very large, very gentle looking, covered in white and gold vestments. He looks to you and goes, "Sweet summer child, have you forgotten what you need to do? Can you
No.
not hear their screams?"
No.
Oh no.
He stands up and slowly walks behind you, Dipped, as he kind of cups his hands over your ears.
I have ears?
You do, as he pulls back your long hair to reveal ears similar to what your sister had, with like little red bulbs at the tippy top of them. He gently says once more, "Open your ears. You can't block the sound forever." And you hear them, and it is horrifying. It is devastating, just the screams and how far off you hear them, and how pained and how just hurt your entire body becomes like a conduit of the sadness and fear and anger and joy that you hear from everyone else that you're related to. Your eyes dart over to where the glass like vaults were, and you can almost see ghosts of their images slamming their fists against it as your father pats your head, lets your hair fall down, covering your ears once again. You look up to see his face, but is almost entirely scratched out. It's it's hard to even remember what he looks like. You've only been gone for so long, but it feels like a century, a millennium, an eternity. You blink out. You're in a vast blue sea. You see infinite possibilities. You see different schools of fish, different coral reefs, different places that you can embark off to. Make different choices. Remember where you've been and where you need to go. So how do you want to respec?
I don't know, like I looked at the stuff they added, and there's nothing that's like good, if you get what I mean. Like everything is still not for Storm Druid. Everything is for the others.
I feel like Verdant Seed would be good if you wanted to have like a primal focus that's also a weapon. That's like a level 1 that you could take at like
Yeah.
a later level. You can also take one of the archetypes. I was thinking maybe Medic if you wanted to go with that, or you can pick up Blessed One. Blessed One would give you lay on hands basically. Medic would give
Bullshit.
You... Yep.
Stealing my job.
Coming for your job, Quinn.
Motherfucker.
Quinn, I've already been doing your job.
Listen, no. Fuck
off.
God
see.
damn.
But Blessed
And
One
I've been doing the stabbing guys part of the job.
Just to give you a rundown of what Medic does, you become expert at medicine, so you could retrain your expert in medicine to something else if you wanted to. When you succeed at battle medicine or treat wounds, the target gains 5 additional HP at 20, 10 additional HP at 30, or 15 additional HP at 40. Once per day, you can use battle medicine on a creature that's already temporarily immune. If you're master at medicine, you can do that once per hour. Or you can do Blessed One. Blessed One means you're touched by deity and gifted with the ability to alleviate suffering of others. You get lay on hands. It costs 1 focus point. The feat guarantees you another focus point that you can use, and you recover by using the refocus activity. You would refocus by meditating. And your devotion spells for Blessed One are of the arcane subtype.
Is there anything that's like more spell or damage focused? Because like I really don't want to go into like healing because I've only been doing that as a necessity.
Okay. Well, there's more utility stuff like Scroll Trickster, which would let you make free scrolls for yourself per day. There's
Ooh.
there's also Let's take a look here. Scrolling on. Oh, hold on. Let me just switch that to core. There we go. You don't quite qualify for Eldritch Archer yet, which uh would let you be able to like shoot your spells out with a bow.
Mm-hmm. Which would increase the range, I assume, right?
It would increase the range, and also like if you hit with the bow, it would count as a success for your spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a bow's attack plus a spell in one attack, basically.
I feel like that would be worse for like my numbers anyway.
It's good in terms of map management if you wanted to lean into that.
Nah,
Archaeologist would be good for discovering areas and dealing with traps.
we got Kestrel for that.
Bounty hunter would let you use the rangers like hunt prey to be able to like identify and like track people.
That doesn't really.
You could
Yeah.
pick up a familiar as well if you wanted to pick up that. Familiars have several abilities that could help like augment your spell casting.
Mm-hmm.
Herbalist would give you some more alchemical stuff to play with. It would be healing adjacent, but it's not necessarily all healing in.
Yeah.
Linguist would give you more stuff on deciphering writing and more like languages if you wanted to play into that.
I did really enjoy like getting like the 27 languages or however many I have, but I have not used any of them.
Ritualist would give you more access and more ease of use of using.
Yeah, but all
ritual
those
spells.
languages though.
Those
Okay.
two I've listened to that sound interesting would be so. Can you say what ritualist is again? Because that might be what I'm looking for.
Ritualist gives you okay, so you would have to be an expert in either arcana, nature, occultism, or religion.
Easiest one to get to expert would be nature because it's at 10 and expert's 12, I think.
Yeah.
What? That's not how it works. What?
Well, no. Like, are you expert in?
It's just what your training is. It has nothing to do with the number. The training increases the number, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And again,
I'm trained in nature, not expert.
Well, this is your respec, so you can choose the
Mhm.
respec into that differently if you want. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to all primary checks to perform a ritual spell. You learn 2 uncommon rituals at a level no higher than half your level. You must meet all the
so
prerequisites for casting the ritual to choose it. At 8th level and every 4 levels after, you learned another uncommon ritual with a spell no higher than half your level and for which you meet the prerequisites. You can cast these as the primary caster, but you can't teach them to anyone else or allow someone to serve as the primary caster unless they know the ritual as well.
Okay.
So pretty much you get access to uncommon ritual spells, and you get them every so often.
What exactly are ritual spells? Is that just like a specific subtype?
Yeah, so the most spells are just like within combat or whatnot, but ritual spells take longer to do, like hours or days, but they're the type of stuff that lets you like raise undead or allow you to create a demi-plane or something of that sort.
I do like airplane.
Demi-plane. But to give you
They're
an
like out of
example,
combat, cool big spells.
so to give you like first level rituals is Abyssal Pact, Demonic Pact, and Infernal Pact, which lets you summon demons, daemons, or devils of your choice. You can also teleport yourself to either celestial plane or world of the material plane where worshippers of your patron can be found with angelic messenger. Second level rituals concern create undead, heartbound, which is like the marriage one, investial, consecrate, and animate object. There's third level rituals, Gios, reincarnate, and
Code.
unseen custodians, which is like unseen servant, but it's like a bunch of like sight bound ones.
Uh-huh.
Fourth level, you have Atone, Blight, Plant Growth, Rest Eternal, and Simulacrum. Fifth level, we have Astral Projection, Call Spirit, Hero's Feast, Planar Ally, and Resurrect. Sixth level, you have Awaken Animal, Commune, Commune with Nature, Planar Binding, Primal Call, Statuette, Terminate Bloodline, and Ward Domain. Seventh level, you have Legend Lore, Ravenous Reanimation, Teleportation Circle, and Word of Recall. Eighth level, you have Control Weather, Create Demiplane, Freedom, and Imprisonment. And ninth level, you have Clone and Fantastic Facade.
Okay.
So
Okay,
these
so
these are all like one ritual spells by default are uncommon, so you can't really
Mhm.
grab them unless like I give them to you.
yeah.
So this gives you like control to do that.
Mhm.
And also they take a long time to cast, and you usually need secondary casters to help you with it. But by doing it, you can do some pretty sick shit.
Uh-huh. All right, so I'm definitely considering that. Can you go into the familiar stuff, because that's the one other one I was thinking about.
Okay. Let me just go grab that real quick. Boop, boop, boop. That's ritual list. Familiar master. Hold on. Let me find that. The dedication. You have forged a mystical bond with a creature. This might involve complex rituals and invocations, such as meditating underneath a moon or something crept out of the forest. Or maybe you just did each other a good turn, such as rescuing a beast from a trap or a foe, then being rescued in turn. Whatever the details, you are now comrades until the end. You gain a familiar. If you already have a familiar, you get the enhanced familiar feat. Familiar by default. They mostly represent animals, though the familiar could be something else. You choose a tiny animal that you want as a familiar, such as a bat, cat, raven, or snake. Some familiars are different, usually described in the ability as granted to you by a familiar. For example, a druid's leshy familiar is a tiny plant
Hmm.
instead of an animal. That's from the leaf order. You don't have to take that.
Yeah.
Familiars have
It'd be
the
pretty
minion.
messed up if I had that anyway.
No, familiars have the minion trait, so during encounters they gain 2 actions when you spend an action to command them. Your familiar dies, they can spend a week of downtime to replace all of the. You can replace it with no cost. You can only have one familiar at a time. Each day, you channel your magic into 2 abilities, which you can use either for the familiar or master abilities. If your familiar is an animal that naturally has one of these abilities, say an owl has a fly speed, you have to select that ability.
Mhm.
Your familiar can't be an animal that naturally has more familiar abilities than your maximum familiar ability count. And there's a bunch of them. And I will send
But-
that to you right now. Where are you?
I am here.
Here's the page. If you
Have
want
they
to
added more?
if you want to look mostly at the master abilities, that will be the stuff that mostly affects you.
Okay. Discord.com. Master abilities.
So you can prep another additional cantrip. You can have extra reagents if you were an alchemist. You can concentrate on your familiar to regain 1 focus point for free per day. You can draw upon their innate magic unless you recast one innate spell if you had that. You can share senses, like once every 10 minutes. You can kind of concentrate and look into their eyes, kind of like what Kestrel does with Technologic. Yeah, you can get an additional spell slot that's at least 3 levels lower than your highest, but you can't do that till you're...
Can't do that yet, no.
But you can do that later. Spell delivery, you can have your familiar fucking deliver your spells for you, but that usually ends up with them dying.
Yeah. I think I'd go for Ritualist over that. It doesn't
Okay.
sound particular like something I'd want to do.
All right, so the Ritualist, I'll have that set up for you. So you'll do that instead of your Whiten spell.
Yeah,
so that'll be
which
your
I have
dedication.
not. Yeah, which I've not used once.
Okay, so let's mark that down. Let's mark that down to our chat. So we have dipped. On ritualist dedication 4th. Okay, and Brim free mature animal companion feat. And the other 2 will be determined in a little bit. So Aegis,
Josh said he's
vision.
having.
Oh,
Josh is having internet connection issues.
okay, we'll go back to you, Requiem. If you're there.
Yeah, what?
With yours, let's take a look at your possible respec.
Okay.
So go and checking out your feats real quick. Evastan's stance never really got much of a use now, did it?
No.
So let's take a look to see what level 1 stuff you can probably do now as a champion. So that's... You can always pick up ranged reprisal if you wanted to do something of that sort. Instead, well, no, that it would have been weight of guilt, which would allow you to stupefy them instead of making them enfeebled. Also, there is the deity domains, which would let you have a focus spell that you could use that maybe can augment you in battle. Or you can do desperate prayer, which... If you have no focus points in your pool, once per day you can make it so you have a focus point in your pool. Give it a second. Okay. I think we are back up once again. Yeah, I think the internet's kind of shitting the bed here.
Yeah.
But what I was saying with your level 1 stuff, there was the desperate prayer that if you didn't have any focus points, once per day you could just regain one for free.
Is it like gaining like a spell slot or something? Or
Well, remember, your lay on hands has a focus pool, right?
yes.
Right. So there might be times where you used up your focus pool and you're like, oh shit, I don't have any points and I can't.
Oh, so at this, if I do that, then I can essentially forego the 10-minute prayer session
like
to
once a
get
day
lay on hands.
Yeah, you can just for free, just once per day, be like, I need like lay on hands like right now, so I can just do that.
So I can do it once in combat, then go okay, rapid prayer, and then
once a day you get this free one in combat.
Right. So what I meant from that is I can use lay on hands, and then once I'm in combat, I can use rapid prayer, or does that happen during combat?
It's
or desperate. Sorry,
yeah.
desperate.
So desperate prayer is a free action, and its triggers that you're in combat and you don't have any focus points in your focus point pool. So you can just choose to use your once a day ability to just get a focus point back. Does that make sense?
So I get 2 lay on hands within that period?
Okay. So if you're in combat, you use lay on
Yes.
hands, and you're
Mhm.
like, okay, that means I don't have any lay on hands anymore. Then you can use the free ability and be like, I have a focus point now, and then you have that. But it happens at the beginning of your turn, so you have to like start your turn, no focus points, and be like, I need one. You got a focus point.
So I have to use it first before I can activate Rapid Prayer to gain lay on hands again within the same combat scenario.
Let me just link this to you and let you read it directly.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't get how the focus point thing works clearly.
Okay, you have a pool of 1 point. So you cast it, and usually it takes you 10 minutes to refocus. Combat is
Yes.
usually 6-second turns, so that doesn't work. You can't do that.
Right.
So if you're beginning your turn once per day, if you begin your turn in combat and you have no focus points, therefore you can't refocus, therefore you don't have any access to your focus point like abilities, you can choose to use a free action to get 1 focus point. So that way you have the point, so now you can use it to cast lay on hands during that combat. And then you can't do it for the rest of the day.
That's right. I'm back, by the way.
Okay. I think I think I get it.
Ezzy, do I just click the same link to relog?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any questions you have about that?
Yeah, so essentially this okay, from my understanding, for what I think I understand,
Uh-huh.
this
It
allows
lets
me
you
to
use your
land.
lay on hands twice in a combat.
That's
No.
what I was saying. Wait,
What?
what?
Okay. Yes, in a combat. But
Right.
like not within the same turn, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm
okay,
saying
that's
in
what I was
general.
understanding. I know it wasn't within the same turn. I know that's not going to happen.
Because it's
but
at the
within
start of your
same-
turn. If you don't
Yeah.
have focus, you can go, I have now focused.
Yeah, so okay, that's what I was saying. So within the same combat encounter, not within my same turn, I'm able to, in this fight, use land hands twice.
Right. Or if you began the combat and you just didn't have any
Without
focus
it, yeah,
points.
then I could focus. Okay, so that's where I was. That's where you lost me. You're like, yeah, no, you can't do it twice. And I thought you were saying I can't do it twice in 1 turn. That wasn't what I was meaning. So I can use this
Okay.
twice within a combat encounter,
you got
especially
it.
after I use it. Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm taking that. I'm taking that one.
Okay,
taking that
so
one.
there's that. And the other thing I would suggest, and I think you would really like this, instead of Aura of Courage, you might want to pick up the martial archetype.
Okay.
The martial archetype pretty much makes you into a warlord or like a battle master. It lets you more or less buff up all your party members within a radius of yourself, and lets you like command them to move or like to move and strike, and like some really cool like abilities for your allies to like do extra shit.
So wait, that means I can command my allies, or I can suggest them to do something, or I'm commanding like NPCs that are in the fight.
You're commanding your allies. You're commanding your party members. And if there's NPCs you're allies with, you can also command them.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the requirements is that you're trained in martial weapons. Good job on that. And either diplomacy or intimidation.
We know I got that one.
Yep. So you're combined your social skills and combat training to become a talented combat leader. Choose diplomacy or intimidation. You become trained in that skill or an expert if you were already trained in it. So you can become expert in a different skill. That's why I would give you that. In
All right.
addition, you become surrounded by a marshal's aura of a 10-foot emanation. Your aura has the emotion, mental, and visual effects, and grants you and your allies within the aura a +1 status bonuses to saving throws against fear.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. And might I tell you what you could possibly get on your next class feat?
Please do.
If you're going, which way are you going? Diplomacy or intimidation? I'm guessing intimidation.
Yep.
All right, you would have the dread martial stance. When you use this action, attempt a intimidation check. The DC is usually a standard difficulty DC of your level, but a GM can assign something different. The effect depends on the result of your check. Critical success, your marshal's aura increases to 20 feet aura around yourself, and it grants you and allies a status bonus to damage rolls equal to the number of weapon damage dice of the unarmed attack or weapon you are wielding. When you or an ally are critically hits an enemy within that aura, they become frightened 1. So they do more damage every time they attack within 20 feet of you. And if they critically hit against an enemy, they become fucking frightened of them.
Yeah, I'd be frightened too if I got hit with a fucking sword or a rapier.
But
Damn.
a sword where 20 feet away, you're just like in a stance going, fuck them up.
Do more damage. I know you can.
Yeah. Success is basically you have those benefits, but it doesn't increase to 20 feet. It stays at 10 feet. Failure, you just don't go into the stance, which you can obviously retry to go into the stance again if you wanted to. Critical failure makes it so that you can't go into the stance for like a minute.
Okay.
How many turns is that? 10.
A few.
10 turns.
10.
About
10 rounds.
I did
Basically
the
to
ninth
the end of that
division.
combat. Basically to the end of that combat.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that would be more interesting for your type of character because you were previously a mercenary. I think that would be more interesting than the Aura of Courage, which would have just had effects against fear, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's mark that down on the chat. Desperate Prayer first, and Martial Dedication fourth.
Y'all motherfuckers about to get buffed.
Okay, and then Aegis. Your vision happens.
Hey, what's up? What did I miss for Dipped, by the way?
It was a bunch of shit about their father and them not listening to the screams that they're constantly.
No, I heard all that. I cut out right as you were explaining
I'm doing
familiars.
ritual list.
They wanted to know about the familiar master, and they decided to go with the ritualist dedication instead. Which means
Okay, and then Requiem's is changing 2 main things?
Yep, they're changing their first level feat to be Desperate Prayer, which would give them that focus point once per day.
What was it?
Huh?
What was it previously?
It was previously Everstand Stance, which was
that thing that I never used.
Yeah, exactly. And then
with the 2 hands behind the shield.
Yeah, and then Martial Dedication, he's using that instead of Aura of Courage.
Alright. Dope.
Alright, so your vision starts, and you're in a familiar hallway. You're in the building of your previous family.
Oh.
And you see the figures of the young children you used to taught when you were fencer. You see outside through a window your creator, the little gnomish inventor, waving at you, glad to see that you're working hard. And as you turn and wave back and look back, you see corpses. You see your fellow constructs destroyed and slain about. You see no sign of the children there. Your master crumpled up next to your body, rewiring you desperately. And as you look at them, they fade almost like a ghost. You can't even tell if this is real or not. It like your programming tells you this has to not be real, but it feels like you're there. And you turn your head and you're no longer there. You're in Elwyn's workshop. And Elwyn looks up and goes, "Hey, didn't expect to see you here, good fella."
What's happening?
"I don't know. Seems like you're going through a whole lot right now."
I am. Is this real? Are you here?
"I think I'm more of a representation of what you want to see right now, Aegis."
Well, I sure didn't want to see that before.
"I think you needed to see that. I think you need to remember where you came from and what you want to do."
How can I remember something I've never forgotten?
"Have you been dwelling on it? Thinking about it? Thinking about the real meaning of what has happened that day?"
There was nothing that happened that day that made sense. It was pointless. It was violence. It was just twisted chaos, which I've learned is this entire world.
"Is that what you discovered when you stepped out of the box?"
The box was better. Things made sense in the box. Out here, everything's pointless. I used to think there was some reason that my family was murdered. It was probably just for petty baubles, trinkets they could sell. Maybe the kids are in slavery. I have no idea.
Have
And
you
what's
gone
the
out to
point?
look? Have you gone out to
I'm
look? Have you gone out to figure that out?
no.
Are you afraid to?
What if I don't find them? Or what if I do? What if I find only what remains?
Isn't it worth to find out?
I don't know anymore.
I think you need to make your own box. Make it the way that you want it to be. Make
Not
sense
even
of the
sure what I
world.
want.
That's something you need to figure out.
Hmm.
Step up
I
on the
suppose you're
table.
right.
Let's get you fixed up. And I don't think you want to change anything, but at least your new swashbuckler stuff is punched in now. So
That is correct. I
you-
am up to code, which also means tumble behind is gone. Crab rave. It's very sad day for me actually. I'm gonna miss tumble behind.
But Requiem's apparently has the dip. So I think we might actually wrap it up here, and we'll do the final vision when we reconvene next week. I'll have a
Yeah,
lot more
sorry,
prep.
it's almost like 12:40. So
Yeah, no, bud, it's fine. I get you. Some nights we can't stay up. It's good. But I'm hoping that everyone is happy with their respecs. I hope that everyone is going to have some fun time with the way that their playstyles are going to change. I'll have those sheets adjusted by next week, so that way you'll have your new stuff to play around with. And that should be about everything. So I'm gonna go on and cut it off here. I'm hoping that everyone liked the session tonight. and we have a whole lot more to look forward to. So, going around, top of the order, can I get where I can find you, Joshua?
Sure. My name is American Josh. You can find me on Twitter at American_Josh, and that's the only media I bother plugging in anymore. Otherwise, just go well, wait, I can't say follow what Steven says because he's not here.
Magic Abridged.
Magic Abridged.
Follow Magic Abridged. You can find them on Twitter at Magic Abridged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
Okay.
Magic Abridged on Twitter?
Frankly, I always get confused as to whether we're that or MA Games.
I think
I mean-
MA Games is mostly what y'all refer
Matt,
to on your
MA
YouTube channel.
I think that's a retired name, right?
I think that's
MA
the name.
MA Games is a subdivision of Magic Abridged.
Ah, Magic Abridged Inc. Ah, it's a disregarded entity. We just roll it up there.
Yeah, it's rolled
Excellent.
up.
Okay. Boko, where can we find you?
You can find me on twitter.com/BokoEC. You can find me on twitch.tv/TheDarkBoko this Saturday at around 10 p.m. Eastern. We're doing another one shot because I finished Trauma Center. That game goes wild at the end. I suggest reading an LP of
Mhm.
the ending of it because I can't wholly recommend trying to play through because it's difficult.
Mhm.
But this Friday we're going to be having a one shot of an indie RPG called Retail Magic. Josh will be there. Super Ninja 5506. You can find him on Twitter at Super Ninja 5506 will be there,
Mhm.
and a few other people who are not here.
It would have been us, but we are busy,
You
unfortunately.
you are busy. Yeah.
Sorry
Other
about that.
friends of the shows will be there. But yeah, check that out. It's fun. I like doing my one shots every once in a while.
They are fun. I did like the one that I was in.
Hopefully this won't be shorter because I'm using a module instead of writing something.
Yeah, that's fair. Then Requiems, where can we find you, bud, before you dip?
You find me on Twitter at RequiemsVA as well as Twitch. You can find me on Mondays doing the community stream with John D. Wednesdays doing my cooking. What?
John D's nuts.
Oh, fuck off. You can find me on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Central doing my cooking show over on the Schmuck Squad, and then here on good old Sundays.
All right, and Ava, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at symbol voice actor Ava. That's Ava with AVA, all one word. Blah blah blah. You can also find me teasing people on the YouTube,
Mhm.
and things are coming. That's all I can really say.
Alrighty. And you can find me on Twitter and on YouTube at Esguero. I'm working on some fun stuff with Ava right now. And there's some more teasing for you for people that might like The Overlord or The Attack on Titan. So, or maybe something else. I don't know.
Tickle.
And tickle. So, yep, that'll be everything tonight. I've been your GM as Kieru, and thank you so much for watching. And we will catch you next Sunday for even more Dumbskulls. Have a great night. Love you, but boy, the YouTube's gonna cut out early, so fuck you, but boy.